Hey, what's up, guys? So today is Thursday, third or fourth day in Germany. I just came back. I came out from foreign affairs office, which is this one. After spending 3 hours in office, I got EU blue card, which is a kind of like work visa / residency permit. So, which allows me to stay in Germany and work for next 4 years. So some conditions apply. If I switch to a new job, I need to come here and just get approval. But other than that, I can stay here for next 4 years, which is pretty generous considering Canadian work permit is usually only valid for 3 years. So yeah, it was pretty easy. I was pretty present to know that I provided all the documents, and I came here 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and by 10:30 a.m. I got approval, and I need to pay 56 euros to get stickers to my permit. So I'm gonna show you real quick what EU blue card looks like, which is like this, like that. So this says I got EU blue card valid until 2022, but my passport is expiring on 2020, like in 2 years. So when I renew my passport, I need to come here again to get a new one. But basically, it's my EU blue card is binded with the employer, so I can pretty much work and live here. And what's cool about it is because you can get German permanent residency permit, which allows you to stay and live in Germany for forever, for good, in 33 months. So even if EU blue card is expiring in 4 years, I could technically get German permanent residency visa in 33 months. At which point I don't need a EU blue card anymore. And if you pass the German B1 test, which is a kind of beginning of the intermediate level language test for German language, then I can get German PR card, German permanent residency visa in 21 months, just less than 2 years, which is pretty cool, and which is what I'm shooting for. In 21 months, I'm gonna apply and get German permanent residency visa so that I can live and work forever in Germany. And if I decide to live in another country, I can go to other country, but still I can come back to Germany later. It's a little different from Canadian permanent residency visa that I have, which forces everybody to live in Canada at least 2 years out of every 5 years. So Canadian permanent residency visa actually expires if you don't live in Canada for 2 out of every 5 years. Whereas in German permanent residency visa, it's permanent. So once you get it, you can leave Germany for more than 5 years and you can come back later still, which is pretty cool. It gives me more options. So my plan right now, I got EU blue card so I can work and live in German companies anywhere. And if I do want to switch any company in Germany, I just need to go to the office and tell them that, I'm getting this new salary and job descriptions, this and that, making sure that it corresponds to EU blue card requirement. And then, pretty much I can live and work next 4 years, but 21 months I'm gonna apply for German permanent residency visa, and I'm gonna still keep Canadian permanent residency visa until 2022. So by 2020, I'm gonna be probably finish applying for German permanent residency visa. I'll get it. And at that point, I'm gonna have a German and Canadian permanent residency visas. And at that point, I can decide if I'm gonna really come back to Canada, if I'm gonna kind of renew my Canadian PR for the next 5 years, or apply for Canadian citizenship. I haven't decided anything about it, but still, it's pretty cool. Applying for EU blue card was pretty easy. It requires certain kind of qualification, like university degree, and certain kind of jobs, like highly skilled professions like software engineering. But for me, I'm a software engineer, so I just needed to get a software engineer job contract and a minimum threshold of compensation, which was I think 43,000 euros or something like that. It's pretty easy to to meet that condition. And so work permit, work contract, university bachelor degree, and official soft copy of a transcript, and confirmation of employment, which describes what is the job. Sometimes work contract suffices, but some contract doesn't say much about job, like let's say specialist or consultant. So in some cases, they told me that they need a confirmation of employment that describes the nature of job in details. And then after that, pretty much that's pretty much it. As long as I have like a bachelor degree in computing science, applied science, and you have a work contract, then only thing you need to bring is like one passport size photo, which you're gonna get back anyway. So they're gonna scan it and give you back, and also university degree diploma, which they're gonna just scan it and give it back to you, the original one. And just need to fill in the application form, and that's it. And I paid 50-60 euros to get stickers attached to my passport, which is gonna be reimbursed by my company. So that's really about it. There was nothing really complicated. I just walked in with those documents, and 2 hours later I got stickers, EU blue card, valid for next 4 years. I think this is like one of the easiest kind of administration documentation process I've ever done. I've done Canadian study permit, core permit, work permit, Canadian permanent residency permit, all that stuff. They require most documents like like a birth certificate, police record for Canadian PR. What else? Like a bank statement proving that you have a necessary minimum living expense, like $10,000. For Canadian PR, I needed to have a work contract, birth certificate, I guess, whatnot. And then it took me like maybe 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks to get Canadian permanent residency visa. It took me like 6 months to get it. 6 months, right? It was pretty fast. It would have taken like more than 1 or 2 years if you didn't have like pretty stable, nice job. For work visa or study permit, takes at least like 2 to 4 weeks in Canada. So EU blue card, getting it one day on a spot in the office was pretty cool. So that's my experience getting a EU blue card in Germany. EU blue card you can get from other countries as well, but they have different requirements, and so they have different process. And in Germany is the biggest, the country with the biggest number of EU blue card issuing to people. So it's pretty easy in Germany because they're opening up door for more skilled workers. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's success. Now I can work and live 4 years. I don't need to worry too much about it, which makes me feel pretty good. The biggest kind of hurdle for me, kind of like immigration, is always visa, right? So that's already done in one day, so which is pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.